Hello everyone, Just for Sweets here. So I have another Christmas ornament idea, and I'm kind of putting some cooking in there as well. The closer the holidays get, the more cooking you'll start to see. But right now, with me trying to prepare for gifts for people and all the little trinkets that I do, I figured I'd share these with you right now. So don't get frustrated. I will still be cooking. I have a lot of cooking coming up, as a matter of fact. So, but right now we're just going to concentrate on some of these little items, little gift ideas. And so I was inspired by Cooking and Crafting, her channel. It was a new channel to me. I was just kind of going through some videos and found hers, and I really like her channel. She does I haven't actually watched any of her cooking. I've only watched her crafting. And so one of her ornaments I tried to replicate, and it inspired me to make up another one on my own, and I've had a lot of fun with it. So the one that she did was a little gingerbread guy or girl, and this was the one that I kind of copied from her, and it was really a lot of fun, and so I wanted to share this with you. And then I decided out of that same shape we could also make a snowman, and my daughter wanted to make it. So this is her version. This is my little girl's version. She made hers. Actually, we painted it the inside last night, and she did the face this morning, and I helped her along with the hat. But so we decided to make a snowman out of it. So I'm going to show you both versions, and I've already pre-glittered and colored the insides of my ornaments. But I'm going to show you how I did that as well. And I actually got this idea from her, Cooking and Crafting. So you just get these plastic ornaments. They're kind of flat. They're round, but they're flat. And so you just take the lid off and set that to the side. And with the snowman, I used white acrylic paint, and you just go ahead and pour that in there. And you want to have enough that you can coat the whole thing, and it's very similar to some of the other ornaments that I've done. And then I take just this glitter. I buy it in a big package where there's all different colors at the craft store, and I use my 50 or 40% off coupon because it can get kind of pricey. But it's a very fine glitter, and so I like it to be a little bit on the finer side. All right, and then all I do is I kind of just swish that around just to get it moving, because you're going to shake this like we have the other ones and get everything distributed evenly. But I just kind of start moving it around. All right, and then her trick is she took a paper towel, which I didn't even think to do, and stuck it on the end, and then you just kind of shake this ornament back and forth. And I found a little trick trying to get it to distribute evenly, because it doesn't always, and I don't want to waste paint. So what I did is I kind of hit the ornament against my hand, just like this. And you can see it starts to distribute that paint to the areas that are blank. See how, okay, so here we'll kind of hit the blank area against our hand. And it's a little bit easier on our arm than shaking till it does what we want. So I just kind of make sure that I hit it all around. It's almost like clapping the ornament. And I think we have no holes. So the way I begin it is I get one of these, just a solo cup, and I stick the ornament straight up inside of it. And I kind of let that paint swish around. And then in about 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this and I'm going to tilt it this way. And then that way, that excess paint comes out. You can see it starting to drip. And I leave it like this for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then I flip it back the other way again. And then I just let it dry. And these actually dry really quick, where the other ones I've showed you take like 3 days to dry. I have one that's been drying for a week. And I can't, someone just rang the doorbell, so I apologize for the dogs barking. I can't get this one to dry. It's just taking forever. So, the plastic ones, tend to dry pretty quickly. So I'm just going to tilt that back up, and I'm going to set that aside. And I let it dry for just about 24 hours. I think 12 hours would work just fine, but 24 is good. And I'm sorry for the background noise. Okay, so I have my pre-made ones right here. And what we're going to do is I am going to do the gingerbread man first because she inspired me to do that one. Hold on one second. I'm going to see if someone's still at the door. It was just a Christmas delivery. So they rang the doorbell and the dogs went crazy. So I apologize for the interruption. All right, so let's get going on our ornament here. So we have this one. I did this one exactly the same as the white, except I used a brown paint and I used a bronze glitter. So it's hard to see that glitter in there to kind of get it close. And that one's been drying for 24 hours. This is fairly simple to do. All you want to do is take a black, they have these paint pens at the craft store. Now they happen to be out of black. So I'm using a Sharpie, but the Sharpie works just as well. And you want to face it up to where that's, you know, I'm facing it in the direction I'm standing. So we're going to do the eyeballs, and you just kind of do like an oval shaped eyeball, or you can do them round however you want to, but just kind of make sure you do them as even as possible. Like this one's a little bit bigger, so then I'll make the other one a little bit bigger. I never proclaim to be an artist. I can do things, but they have to be simple. Okay, so we made that one just a little bit bigger. All right, so we're going to let those dry. And then what we want to do is we want to create a mouth. And I just draw whatever kind of mouth you want to. So that's the mouth. And each one's going to be unique. So don't worry about them being perfect. Okay, now with this one, I had a red Sharpie at the time, and I did red heart cheeks. This time I have pink, and I am going to do pink hearts. Now, you don't have to do hearts. You can do just little circles if you want to. Let me get the paint coming out of this. All right. So kind of fill that in. This just got used for the first time this morning when my daughter did hers, so the paint's not quite coming out the way we want yet. But you can kind of dab it in. Just do little dabs, and that'll fill it in a little bit with these paint pens. These are actually pretty nifty little things. I like these. I've never really used them before until I saw her channel. And I think I might have to invest in these a little bit. Okay, so then we're going to do another heart on this side. Like I said, the paint's not wanting to come out, but normally it comes out pretty easy. Now, on the other one, I used a red Sharpie, so use a Sharpie if you want to. Okay. Kind of do a step-by-step here, that way. If you're not a crafter, you can get it's pretty easy. Okay. So you want to let these dry, and then you're going to take your white paint pen, and I did not find a white Sharpie, so I think you have to use a white paint pen. And you're going to kind of do the eyeballs in here, and you can do them however you want. And actually on this little guy, I think on this one, or this girl, I might even make some little eyelashes on her. Make her look a little bit more cute, a little bit different than the other one. So there is her eyelashes and her eyeballs. Then you're going to want to take this white paint pen, and make sure you don't touch what you just did because you don't want it to smear. And this is supposed to be the icing, I'm assuming, around the gingerbread man. And all you have to do is just start doing little weaves and circles just like that. And it does not have to be perfect. Remember that each one is unique in its own way. And these are great for a craft fair, or you can do them for a fundraiser. Make ornaments and have your kids sell them. Now, if the line isn't thick enough, like if you want your line a little bit thicker, you're just going to want to gently go over this again. But you can't do it quickly like I'm trying to do, because then you'll really mess up. But that's what gives these character, you know, just the way you apply everything. And I actually showed my last ornament in one of my other videos. It was my Christmas Eve gift idea. because every year, everyone in my family gets a Christmas ornament with the year on it. And this year, I decided to make my ornaments. Normally, I buy them. All right, so this little guy is done. Now, you're going to want to let him dry, and then what I do normally is I put some, have my hot glue gun going, stick some hot glue around the edges here. Because what I like to do is make sure that your cap is secure on there. And with these ornaments, these are really cheap, flimsy caps, and I like them to stay on. So you just want to make sure that you let that hot glue gun set that on. And then let's cut the tag off of this. And right now at the craft stores, these are 50% off. So I'm assuming that you can get these at almost any craft fair around your area. All right, a craft fair, I'm sorry, craft store. All right, so then I just found some really cool ribbon, and this was really inexpensive ribbon. And I think I got it for $1 a roll at the craft store. And this is the tricky part because this thing likes to bounce. So I kind of pre-measure it. So wrap it around and kind of pre-measure how you want to do it. Take your scissors and you can cut it a little bit larger just in case, because you can always cut some off. And I kind of pre-tie the knot, the loop. And the reason I do that is because trying to tie it around that ornament, it just keeps falling, and that's not what we want. So then that way you can kind of just push that right on there, just like so. Okay, and then you can tighten it on there, and it gets it on there a little bit better. Now see, this one kind of folded underneath, so we'll pull that out. All right. All right, so we pulled it out a little bit. All right, so let's tie this. Now, to make sure that I secure this so it doesn't keep falling off, I'm going to take my glue gun, and right behind this, I am going to stick a little dab of glue right behind the back here and press that ribbon in there. That way, that holds it so it doesn't keep popping up on you. So that's the trick that I've found. And then that way you can still tighten the front if you need to. And I kind of just let it do what it wants to do. Okay, so this one, I did a bow on the other one. I think on this one, I don't know, I think I might do a knot. I usually like to play with these a little bit and do them all different. So this one I am going to make sort of a bow, but I'm going to create my bow with the glue gun. So what I do is get my knot to turn, get right here in the center where I want it. I just kind of take the glue gun, and be careful because glue guns can burn you pretty bad. And where I know I want to kind of kink that bow up a little bit, I just go in there and I put that glue and then push that bow right on there. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even showing you. Push it right on where you put that glue dot. So I'm going to show you. Oh, sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. Okay. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to put another glue dot right underneath that one. And don't worry, the glue can peel off, and I just kind of push it up. Gosh, I keep doing that. Push it up to where you can, let me back it up a little bit, then maybe I won't keep doing that. Okay, so let's do the other side. And these little glue strings you can just pull off. Don't get frustrated by those. Okay, again, we're going to put a glue dot right here on the side, wherever you want to lay that ribbon. Okay, and then twist it the right way. But with glue, the glue gun, you have to kind of work fast because they do dry quickly. That's the purpose in using them. And I want that icing to show, so I don't want to cover that up. And normally you could take another one right there, another glue dot. I'm trying to do it around the camera. Put another glue dot right here and kind of scrunch that up a little bit and push it on. And there you've got your ribbon all done. See how easy that is? You didn't even have to tie a bow. You just kind of squish it all on there. Now, next thing you can do is I have these little gadgets that I get at the craft store. They're like little buttons. And on this one, I had a gingerbread guy, and I don't have another gingerbread guy. So I have a reindeer, or I have a Christmas light. So we have the Christmas light, or we have the reindeer, which is the same color basically as the gingerbread man. I think I think on this one, I want to just kind of see what looks better. I think I'm just going to use the little light bulb because I don't want to overtake the gingerbread man. And right on that knot where the fabric's different, I'm going to put a dab of glue. I'm going to take our little light and I'm going to stick him right in the center there. And there you go. There is your cute little gingerbread girl. So there's the gingerbread girl. And here's another gingerbread girl so we could have mommy and daughter. How about that? And I just changed the ribbons on them so they look different. One has red cheeks, one has pink cheeks. And thank you, Cooking and Crafting. I really enjoyed this and got a lot out of it, and I'm having a ball with it. So now to give you my version of the snowman. So I have one that I showed you that was done in white and silver. So white paint, silver glitter. And basically all I'm going to do with this is I need to get another lid. Let's see. And we are just going to paint a really cute snowman face. And those are super easy. So you want to take your black Sharpie and we're going to draw, and I'm going to come down kind of low because we are going to actually make a hat on this, just like my daughter's. Okay. And all I'm using for the hat is old socks that are mismatched that I can't find the matches to, that you have that whole bucket. And don't tell me you don't, because everybody has mismatched socks. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to this because my black isn't wanting to work. Let's see, I might have to find another black one. I have another black one in there. Let's get another black one because this one's giving me difficulties. I always have a bunch of black Sharpies on hand, and for some reason everybody wants to ring my doorbell today. All right, so here's the eyeballs, and we're gonna do a mouth, and all I'm doing with the mouth is doing little circles just like that. See? And you can make them all different sizes. They don't have to be the same. Just like that. And then we are making the nose. And the nose is done in orange. And I'm just going to do a little triangle here. Just like that. So that makes your carrot nose. See how that's what it's doing? Okay. And next, we are going to do the rosy little cheeks. And the way I'm going to do those is with the pink, or you can use red, either one. Okay, and all I'm going to do is just do little dots, just like this. Look how cute that is. And they don't have to be perfectly circular. You just kind of go around, just like so. Let that dry a little bit. And we can even add some red to that. You can tell it's Christmas time. It's all a bunch of deliveries coming. Okay. Now, before we do the red, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the hat. And what you want to do is our same little trick where you put the glue on the back, just like so. And we're going to stick a little gadget in. Let me get my dogs to be quiet. Hold on one second here. Let's get this in here. I'm having issues getting this in. I'm sticking myself to it. All right. So we got this little guy on. And next what we want to do is we want to create the hat. But first I want to put a little bit of red into the cheeks. So I'm going to add just a few dollops of red to make those cheeks extra rosy. just like that. Okay. Now what we've done is we have an old sock right here, and I cut it off because I used the other half for my daughter's snowman, and we're going to use this half for mine. And I have some red thin ribbon, and all I want to do is create a way to hang this ornament before we put the cap on. So I'm going to kind of cut some wire here, just like so, my wire cutters. And I'm going to kind of just twist it together